Of course, many of us saw the alerts about Diddy and the grand jury. Is it possible that the U.S. Justice Department could be seeking an indictment given this news?
The more we're diving into the depths of P Diddy saga, the more wild stuff surfaces. You might have already heard pretty crazy stories about this man. After all, he's made a name in music, but now he's staring down the barrel of some serious trouble. There's talk of a grand jury indictment looming large, and the plot thickens with his new wife, Dana Tran, right in the middle. Yes, in case you missed, the internet is buzzing about it. And while Diddy even paid some major media to claim these marriage reports fake, insiders are saying he actually got married to his latest baby mama. And folks, this ain't no fairy tale romance. Sources whisper that Diddy might have strong-armed Dana into this marriage to shield himself from her potential testimony in court.
So allegedly, a lot of sources are speculating that P Diddy and Dana Tran ended up getting married.
Diddy's already in the legal doghouse. There's a stack of civil suits against him, mostly for essay. And of course, considering his relationship with Dana, her revelations could be the knockout punch he never saw coming. But here's the biggest revelation of all, knowing that all the eyes are on him now. He cannot silence Dana in his usual way, as he allegedly did with his other ex, Kim Porter. Kim was a real big part of his life, and the mom to a bunch of his kids. When she passed, it wasn't just sad, it was shady. Folks couldn't help but wonder what really went down and why a young and healthy woman could pass away in the prime of her life. Well, their on and off romance was wild, with Diddy constantly stating he'd marry her one day. I know she deserves to get married, but I'm just not ready. It's not a reflection on how much I love Kim. Diddy's always been about that bachelor life. Never want to settle down. The list of his girlfriends and baby mamas is quite impressive, but he never expressed any desire to tie the no with any of them. So why the rush with this Dana lady, you ask? Speculation's running wild, but here's the scoop. Diddy's facing a stack of lawsuits, accusations flying left and right about horrible and repeated essay, and the authorities are not joking around.
In March, Homeland Security officials searched the rap mogul's homes in Miami Beach and Los Angeles.
Word on the street is that marrying Dana might be a slick move by Diddy's legal team. See, if she's his wife, she might not have to testify against him in court, thanks to that spousal privilege rule. It's a legal shield he's aiming to use big time because, according to calculations, he may never get out of jail once he's convicted. But it ain't just about dodging courtrooms. Dana Tran's got her own truth to spill despite the fear of Diddy's wrath and consequences. She's speaking up, claiming Diddy pushed her into this marriage to muzzle her. She's painting a picture of his alleged dark side, how he uses power to control, especially over women. But that's the story we already know from his multiple victims.
Pushed me to the ground outside, and he took my hair and
One of Dana's biggest accusations is that Diddy's been up to some shady business. If Dana manages to bring the receipts to back up her claims, they could become the ammunition that blows this whole thing wide open. A serious game changer for Diddy's future. Folks on social media believe that this marriage is as fake as $2 bill. As one person commented, didn't Diddy marry the woman to hide his criminal activities, keeping her from testifying against him in court? And another user added, is she crazy? How could you marry someone who is in the middle of exposures? Word on the street is the Department of Justice ain't playing games with these accusations against Diddy. They're stacking up the evidence, building a case that could knock him sideways. Some insiders even claim that everyone even remotely connected to the music mogul has been invited to share their insights with the feds. And as it turns out, Dana came there voluntarily because she's no fool.
Tran, she's 28 years old and she's a cyber security specialist.
Apparently, she wishes a better life for her daughter Love than being forever associated with a serial assayer and a criminal. And folks, if you check at least one of lawsuits against the bad boy CEO, you would understand her motives. There's one particularly nasty suit filed by Joy Dickerson-Neal claiming Diddy slipped something into her drink and got an intimate tape of her as a revenge. She's saying it went down back in '91 when she was just a college student. But Diddy's team is flipping the script straight up, saying she's just after a quick payday following Cassie example.
Widely reported that case was settled for a significant amount of money.
But it's not about settling down anymore. Now, when the authorities are involved, the federal investigation could turn Diddy's life upside down. The Department of Justice ain't messing around since Dana came into the spotlight. They're in full-on stealth mode, gathering intel, interrogating anyone who might know something. Just last week, Diddy's legal team was officially notified by federal authorities in the Southern District of New York that he is a subject of an ongoing criminal investigation, according to two sources familiar with Com's ongoing legal troubles. The same sources confirmed that a federal grand jury is hearing evidence as part of the investigation, but there is no indication that charges are imminent.
There are new reports. Sean Diddy Combs is under investigation by a federal grand jury.
If that grand jury digs up enough dirt, Diddy could be facing charges in a full-on trial. That'd be a serious jump in this legal brawl, and it could straight up wreck his whole vibe, both career-wise and personally. As one legal expert said, there's no possible plea that is going to get him off with a slap on the wrist or probation. If the prosecutors are successful and able to prove it, he may end up ending his days in prison. It's clear that Diddy has no illusions about his future, and if he lets that slide, it could lead to a major, high-profile showdown in court. But this ain't the first time he's been in the hot seat. The bad boy been through some serious accusations and legal scraps over the years, especially those lawsuits accusing him of SA and even unaliving fellow rappers. The story of his life paints a real shitty picture of this hip-hop mogul, like he's out here preying on people.
Realize like, oh, this guy is dangerous.
Until last year, it were just whispers in the air, but then, starting with Cassie, women have come forward with stories that'll make your skin crawl, saying Diddy used his clout to straight up terrorize and even beat them. But one of the most crucial allegations dates back to Kim Porter, Diddy's ex and mom to his kids. Before she passed, she was planning to drop a book about her messed up dealings with Diddy. It never hit the shelves, but there's always been talk she had some heavy dirt on his behavior.
Been in the business and been around the business, so to kind of see what these guys have done.
And this is not some peer drama. These are serious accusations. And we hear more voices speaking against P Diddy, even from those who are in jail themselves. As Suge Knight said in his podcast From the Cell, what Puffy done, what Puffy did, or what Puffy do is not a surprise. Everybody know what it is. I mean, you gotta be able to that type of stuff to a woman and to other women, but it's not like it's new news. And let's be real, no one deserves to be treated like this. And that's why Diddy must go down no matter what. But you see his nature, right? He's not to give up that easily, and his ways of escaping the heat are rather schematic.
It's just going through the process. I don't have anything to update on right now, but yeah.
Now, one of the big moves in this Fed probe is the testimony. They're looking at ex-crew, former homies, and insiders who might drop some truth bombs against the man in question. One name floating around is Capricorn, Diddy's ex-assistant. She's already spoken out about his rough behavior and backed up some of Dana's claims. Her word could give serious weight to these accusations, making them stick hard in the investigation. There are more insiders stepping up, ready to spill the beans. These are people who've been in the trenches with Diddy, seen his moves firsthand. Their stories could piece together a pattern, backing up these accusations and showing how Diddy pulls strings and plays puppet master.
And man, when things like that happen to you, man, and you see it happen to other people.
Looks like consequences are coming Diddy's way, and they ain't looking light. Then that video dropped with Cassie. Many eyes opened wide, and who knows what else could surface soon. Fans are still shook from Diddy tying the knot with this Dana Tran out of nowhere. Over on social media, this new drama's trending hard. Everyone's weighing in, sharing thoughts and theories. As one fan wrote, did he marry her so that he can put more of his assets in someone else's name? He put some things just in his name long ago. And another user added, probably so she doesn't have to testify against him. He probably has dirt on her as well. She works in the IT industry. She is the one that Diddy used for technology in his home and bugged Kim's home. One thing's for sure, this saga is far from getting over, and probably Sean Diddy Combs will find a way to escape the claws of justice with his schemes. And what do you think about this, guys? Was this marriage a legal dodge? And what's next now that Dana's dropped the bomb? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to check my other videos.